What is a mildly disturbing fact? The youngest person to be diagnosed with early onset dementia was just 6 years old. I don't know, I've seen newborns that already can't even walk or hold a conversation. In France, a pig was dressed in human clothes, tried in court and was sentenced to death for eating a child's face. If in the right conditions, when some bodies decompose, their fat turns into soap and turns the person into a soap mummy. Cannibalism is pretty damn common in hamsters. Since 1948, about 90 commercial airliners have disappeared without leaving any evidence to what happened to them. Quite likely, not everyone who commented here will make it till Christmas. Some people don't wash their hands after pooping. In elementary school, they showed us this video about bathroom hand washing. It was procedural, but because this was around 1990, they wanted to make it fresh and hip with the kids. It was loud. There was a lot of neon and acid wash, and they got a guy who looked and acted remarkably like Vanilla Ice. My recollection is not amazing, but my brain firmly associates this video with Vanilla Ice, though I highly doubt it was him. Dude had lines shaved into his fade and everything. He was also way too excited to be talking about bathroom hand washing. Anyway, the other thing they did in the video was use a fancy light to check kids' hands after they came out of the bathroom. The light made bacteria fluoresce. When a kid's hand lit up, wannabe Ice would exclaim, or, "You got poopy hands, man." Poopy hands, that line runs through my head whenever someone doesn't wash their hands in the bathroom. Dolphins rape all the time. Whenever there's an earthquake, bodies in graves shake around like maracas. This one's shockingly funny. In 2012, a Bumblebee Foods employee was cooked in an industrial oven with 12,000 pounds of canned tuna. Have a good day. How is that only mildly disturbing? During the heights of the Cold War, when nuclear weapons were constantly crossing the globe on submarines and aircraft, accidents did occur and warheads have been lost. Some have been recovered, but estimates say there could be as many as 50 nukes still out there in oceans too deep to retrieve or just missing. So have fun on that next family cruise. You walk past by an average of 16 murderers in your lifetime. More if you go to prison. 30 years ago the average home took up to 30 minutes to become fully involved in fire. Now it can be as little as 3 or 4 minutes due to the changes in construction materials and the massive amount of synthetic materials used in furniture, etc. Install smoke alarms and get out early, folks. The picture for your funeral program may have already been taken. Cries in non-photogenic. Dogs like squeaky toys because it reminds them of a small animal being killed. Maybe when dogs murder small animals, they just like it because it reminds them of squeaky toys. One fun fact we learned in animal biology class at university: every person on Earth has about 500 species of living organism in their mouth at any one time, mostly bacteria, fungi, viruses and worms. According to my lecturer, if your entire body was taken away except for the microscopic worms living in and on you, and the microscopic worms were somehow made visible to the naked eye, there would be a more or less perfect outline of your entire body and much of your insides too in worms. There is an incurable condition where you suddenly can't sleep, so you stay awake for 6 to 18 months until you suffer so much brain damage that you go insane. Then you die. You must have a definition of mildly that wildly differs from mine. Drinking and driving drastically reduces the chance to get cancer. Everyone has around 2 minutes to live. Taking a deep breath resets the clock. Most of what we know about the stages of hypothermia came from Nazi human experiments. I'm a paramedic, and I always make a point to remind my partners, and the nurses I deal with, of how you smell stuff. When I bring in a truly malodorous, stinky, my first thought is that when you smell something, that means microscopic pieces of whatever you're smelling have made their way up into your sinuses and have bonded with a receptor that allows you to sense their presence. After you smell them, your body breaks them down and whatever you've smelled becomes you. We have no idea what actually happens after we die. Worse yet, given the many ideas about what happens after death, somebody out there is right, but won't ever get to rub it in anyone's face. What is a mildly disturbing fact that you know? Post it in the comments below.